Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do such a highly requested video of what I kind of eat when I'm on prep. I'm not saying this is the only foods you should eat, but I'm just saying this is what they're my go-to meals and my go-to foods. I've had so many questions saying what do I do to lose body fat? How do I lose weight? And the main thing is that to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. You need to put your body in a calorie deficit. So if you're not in a calorie deficit, the likelihood is it's going to be very difficult to lose any form of body fat or any form of body weight. I'm not saying it's like you have to be in a calorie deficit, but it would make the journey so much easier if you put yourself in a calorie deficit. I'm not going to show you every single bit of food I eat. These are just the ones I have in my house. I'm going to start off with kind of a few snacks that I like, my go-to things that if I'm really craving something either sweet or like just a snack in general. So let me get started. First I'm going to show you is the 10 calorie fat-free jelly, which is kind of one of my go-tos if I really crave any form of sugar. The calories are really good. What I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to put the calories on the screen here. This is a really good one. It's only 10 calories per pot, which I think is quite handy, and it's really good if you're quite craving something really sweet or something like that. This stuff right here, I've only recently just been having like a few little scoops of it on prep or something, like in the evening if I'm really craving something like sweet, but oh my god, it's a lifesaver. 100ml, and there's 500ml in the entire pot, is 3.9 grams of fat, 2.9 grams of protein, and 7.4 grams of carbs. Like, you cannot go wrong with that. Like, that's ice cream as well, and that tastes like amazing. My next one is dark chocolate. I get mine from Lidl's because I think the macros are really good. Dark chocolate is a lot better than having just normal chocolate because it has a lot less fat in it, and the fats that it contains are really good. And kind of the higher percentage you go is the less fat you'll kind of get, but then the higher percentage of dark chocolate you go, it does become very, very bitter. So I either stick between 74% to like 85%. I've tried 95% dark chocolate before and it is so bitter, so you don't have to go that far. The next one is pop chips. You can get them in Waitrose. You can also get the popped chips, which are in Lidl's, which are cheaper and a lot easier to find. You can get small bags of them as well. The macros are really good, like, I'm not gonna lie, and they taste really good. Per serving is 23 grams and it's only 97 calories, which isn't too bad. And the things with crisps is it usually has a lot of salt and a lot of fat. I think in a pack of like Walker's crisps it contains like 7 grams of fat, and these only contain like 3.6 grams of fat, which is really good. So I always go for these just to kind of play around with macros a little bit more and kind of to save a lot more fats for later. So those are like my main snack things that I usually have. Like I said, I'm not going to say all of them because I haven't got everything in the house. These are just the things that I have in the house. The next things I'm going to go for is my carb sources. So I always have sweet potato. Sweet potato is a really good carb source. I have like 150 grams of sweet potato a day. That comes to like, I want to say like 30 grams of carbs, which is really good. I love sweet potato. And always get your sweet potatoes from Lidl's because this is my head. It's literally the size of my head. Next carb source is oats. I always literally have oats in the morning. I usually have oats after my workout as well as a post-workout meal with a good portion of protein as well. I usually save a lot of my carbs for after my workouts, just so it can get into my muscles a lot quicker, and that's like prime time for you to kind of have any, for me, I think it's prime time for you to have any source of carbs and any source of protein. Oats is always my go-to with a banana, which is what I usually have all the time, and a bit of dark chocolate. Next carb source is going to be rice. I just get I don't get like Uncle Ben's or anything. You can get Uncle Ben's, but it's just a bit more pricey. I get this from Lidl's, just normal basmati rice. White rice isn't bad for you. To anyone that thinks that like basmati or white rice is bad, it's not bad for you. I've explained this in my fitness myths video, so if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out. Just want to say it's not bad for you. most competitors that I know have white rice like every day, so don't think it's bad for you. It just has a higher glycogen storage and it's a fast acting carb, so it gets into your muscles quicker. That's literally the only difference. Brown rice is slow releasing and it's a lot more stodgier, so it's not bad for you. What I also have as one of my carb sources, I don't have it in my house at the moment, but is King's Meal 50/50 bread. I'm obsessed with bread, and a lot of people are like, you have bread on prep? Yes, I do, because I love bread. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like it, and it's a really good source. For me, I really like having it as one of my carb sources. I found that the King's Meal 50/50 bread, it's like per slice, it's like 13 grams of carbs or something, 0.3 grams of fat, and like, I don't know how much protein, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to move on to my fat sources. So my fat sources are my favourite fat source, peanut butter. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I have it with a lot of my stuff just because it's such a good fat source. Like, a lot of people are obsessed with peanut butter just exactly like I am, and I just love it. And it contains a lot of protein, which is really handy as well. So it depends obviously what peanut butter you go for. You just got to be careful. Sometimes they do put extra rubbish in there, or it'll be really fatty. Some butters are a lot more fatty than others. You just got to check the macros on the back. But Sunpat is a really good one for macros, and so is Whole Earth, I think it is. But Whole Earth are quite expensive, but you can buy like the kilo tubs, which are like amazing. I still haven't bought one yet, so if anyone wants to buy one, hit me up. I will definitely take that offer on. Yes, I'm going to talk about this as well. This is like a lifesaver for me. I either use, these are kind of the oils that I use. I don't use cooking oil or anything like that. I'm not saying cooking oil is bad, you've just got to track it carefully because it does have a lot of salt and it does have a lot of fat in it. I know these are fats as well, but there are a lot better fats for you than cooking oil. Coconut oil and stuff like that is a lot better for you to have than cooking oil or anything like that. 1 calorie spray is a lifesaver, and especially coconut oil, like lifesaver. This is £1, I think, at the moment in Lidl's. So yeah, definitely go check that out because lifesaver right there. Another fat source of mine is this. I am obsessed with cheese. It's Valley Spire lighter than light grated cheese, and it's literally amazing. The 30 grams, which is quite a lot for cheese, 30 grams of grated cheese is 6.1 grams of fat and like 8.9 grams of protein. I literally, anyone that's obsessed with cheese, you need to get this because it's a lifeline right there. Another one of my fat sources I use is eggs, but also is a really good protein source for me. Obviously, a lot of people are like, you have whole eggs, like, you can't, like, what about egg whites? Obviously, egg whites are the main source of the protein in an egg, and the yellow bit is what the fat holds. You just gotta be careful of, depending on obviously how many fats you have got throughout the day, to how many eggs you have, because eggs aren't fatty at all. Like, one egg is 4.2 grams of fat, which isn't a lot. And also there's no myth of how many eggs you're allowed a day. I have 5 eggs a day. Like, I love eggs. Like 5 whole eggs a day, not 5 egg whites, whole eggs. So there's no myth of saying like, oh, you're not allowed this amount of eggs, because you can have as many eggs as you want. You just got to be careful of what you track. It's the same with everything. Like, you've just got to be careful of what macros you have left to whether you go over. That's literally all you've got to be careful of. There's no bad foods, there's no unhealthy foods. You've just got to be careful of what you have. And I'm not going to get them out now, but my meat sources that I have pretty much most days are chicken breast, mince, beef mince, 5% beef mince. It is a lot dry because there's a lot less fat in it, but it depends obviously which one you want to get, obviously how many fats you have left in the day or anything like that. So yeah, my other main sources of protein are eggs, like I said before, and I have salmon sometimes. I don't always have salmon. Another one of my protein sources is this. I found it yesterday. 70% less reduced fat beef burgers in Waitrose. They're only £2.50, and I know that there's only 2 burgers in there, but one burger contains 4.2 grams of fat and 31 grams of protein. Like, that's so good. I'm not saying obviously there's no other like protein sources they have, because obviously there's whey protein and stuff like that. I don't have protein shakes because they just mess up my stomach a little bit, so I just take them out. Haven't had time to kind of find a good protein powder that works for me. I like vegetables and stuff. I have mixed vegetables. I absolutely hate broccoli. I cannot stand it, so I don't even have broccoli. I have frozen green beans, which I find that a lot easier. They're only £1 in like Asda, and they're all trimmed and everything, so buying it fresh is a lot harder and a lot more time consuming, so I always get all my veg frozen. So I have, as my vegetable sources, I have spinach, green beans and mixed veg. And those are my kind of vegetable sources that I have. I can't really think of any other vegetables on the top of my head that I usually have, but those are the main ones that I usually have. So like I said, with all of these foods, most of these foods that I do eat, yeah, this is what I eat every single day. And I'm not saying these are the only foods that you should have, but this is what I have personally. And another thing with the protein, I freeze all of my meat. So I'll buy 5 kilos of chicken breasts and I freeze all of it in like individual bags. And then I take out what I need each day. That's what I do with a lot of my foods. I don't like cooking it for days on end. I usually cook them in the mornings. I don't like cooking it like for a couple of days. I know a lot of people are like, you need to be prepared, but I just hate cooking food like in advance. I really don't. So I make sure, and it's a routine for me now, so I make sure I cook it in the morning and yeah, make sure I have it for the day. Also, another thing I just wanted to point out was that because I'm on prep, I'm really limited to the amount of foods that I can really consume. Like I can't really consume a lot of processed foods. So these are the foods that I like to stick to, and most whole foods, just because it's a lot easier and a lot better to track for me, because I'm obviously on a prep and only like 3 weeks out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's giving you a few tips for any foods that you're struggling with to have on prep, or any form of foods anyway. And please comment down below if you want any more videos like this, or for me to do any more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. See you in the next one.